count the basket at the rim.
It can only be one of two things here. One, the defender ran out of gas, or two, this dude is just unstoppable.
Passed it off, and look out. He climbed the ladder on that one.
Well, the question is, how big is the ladder? He's still climbing.
I got him. Here we go. That's it, baby.
Full throttle, right to the basket for the deuce.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Jones with it, down 2. Joel Embiid, able to recover with the block. Jonas Valanciunas, 2 for 2. That's what you want.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Here comes the screen. Nothing going here on that drive. Harris throws it up. Nice pass to set things up.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays, no one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Cleared out by Embiid. Easy path to the rim.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Memphis, they've got it. To Jaren Jackson. Joel Embiid sends it away. Love the hustle. Oh, that's out.
Out of here. It always looks cool, but guess what? You're still on D.
Four, 3. Tough. Shot, no good for Allen Crabbe. To Embiid. Able to convert inside.
Old school equals high percentage.
Jones with it. 10-4 is the score. To Allen Crabbe. Here comes the screen. Oh, with the foul. And a chance coming up at the line.
It's still early, so no real impact on that call. But you know that they're going to call this one tight, so you might want to keep your hands out of his pocket.
First one, count it. Can't connect on the second, and he splits the pair.
Hands up.
Give him 2 points. High percentage.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
Jones with it.
Oh, he sent that one to the third row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. Joel Embiid with the block. Ooh, 5 now. Jonas Valanciunas, 3 for 4. Good start.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Gets to the basket and scores.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The ref spit, and that's the game.
Jonas Valanciunas trying to cash in on a 3-point play. For his career, 70% at the line. Philadelphia with the basketball. And he'll go to the foul line.
Hey, look, sometimes you need to feel out your opponent. Let him know you're there. I'm okay with that early foul.
First free throw is good. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Jones with it. Down 6. And too much contact.
His timing was a tad bit off.
It goes down.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
I got you. I got you.
Jones with it. Down 4. Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
And if you're on defense on that last possession, no need to look over to the coach's bench, hold up your arms, wonder what did you do. Everybody got back, everybody communicated, everybody pointed. It was just better off.
And a put-back slam.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
Jones with it. Trailing by 4. Joel Embiid rejects it. Incredible. 6 tonight.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
To Allen. Beyond the arc for 3. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
It's Grizzlies ball. To Jaren Jackson. Knocked loose. To Jaren Jackson. The rebound belongs to the 76ers. To J.R. Smith. Pulls up for 2.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
For 3. And in his face, Josh Jackson can't connect. To J.R. Smith. Short jumper off the mark.
You see, this is something that everybody has, but some people choose to use it or not. I'm glad you choose to use effort on getting around those screens.
That's out. Last touch by Joel Embiid.
This whole game, you customizing your shoes or what?
Joel Embiid. Huge block.
It is, bro. Nobody wants to see you. I'll do something like something like that.
8 now.
Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new...
Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. To Allen. Short jumper off the mark. Jones with it. His team down 9. Driving right to the basket. He wants it at the rim and scores.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
To Allen. Oh, great pass. Setting up the basket.
For a smaller player, you have to be more creative with your imagination when you finish with those shots around the rim. For the audience, that may look difficult, but for the player himself, that's what they practice every single day.
Joel Embiid snatching it out of the air. It's been a brick wall. 10 blocks on the night.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. unable to connect on the free throw. Rivers to bring it into the front court, trailing by 11. Right down Broadway for the 2. Defender has to pick him up.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Sixers control it.
I got him. Here we go. I got ball.
Brunson to Embiid. Fires the 3, and he buries it. Jay, the system produces once again.
I mean, does he have eyes in the back of his head or what? I get paid money to watch and study this game daily. Even I didn't see that angle.
Austin Rivers to Jaren Jackson. Shot from the lane won't go. And this will be out of bounds off of Embiid. Substitution being made in this one.
Number 50, Alvaro Camino.
Joel Embiid swats it. Make that 11.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Defense. Let's go.
Has a look. The shot by Rivers, no good. There's the toss. Count it.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
Memphis with the rock. Austin Rivers to Danny Green. Probing the defense. Trying to create to Rivers. 5 on the shot clock for Memphis. Has a chance, knocks it down. Off the step back.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Lets it fly from long range. Cleans it up. Going to launch beyond the arc. Count it. Three-pointer is good.
Not everybody possesses this power, but wow, what court awareness.
Rivers with the basketball. Down a bundle. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Austin Rivers at the line for a chance at a three-point play. Career mark of 64%. Oh, good defense by Memphis as they come up with the steal. Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
That's what they need to do more of. Attack that basket. Hit him where it hurts.
Over to the right side. Fires the 3. That's off the side of the rim. No good. Rivers into the front court. Down a dozen.
Oh, he just blocked that shot out of bounds.
Jay, they're lucky they get the ball back. Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups.
Kyle Anderson.
Layup goes down. Well done.
Now, I know you probably don't want to hear this, but you have to take it one possession at a time. You have to continue to chip away. It hasn't been the best first quarter, but if you get a couple more of those to drop, you'll find yourself right back in this ballgame.
Grizzlies own the basketball. Knocked loose. Danny Green. And he's fouled. Very close. Free throws coming up.
You see this all the time. The defensive players establishing his presence on the court and also checking to see how far the refs are going to let him go.
Good recovery. Hits a second free throw. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Grizzlies. From long range. It's no good. Shots not going down. Anderson. That's out. Last touch by Kyle Anderson. Time to shuffle things up.
For the Philadelphia 76ers, number 42, Al Horford. And number 40, Corey Brewer.
You gotta get up on that.
To Horford. Count it. No and one. There was some contact there.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Grizzlies at the controls right now to Valanciunas. From the painted area, won't go down. Jonas Valanciunas. With that shot, he's 5 for 8.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Double.
Perfect feed to set up the basket.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Austin Rivers to Danny Green. To Valanciunas. Knocked loose. Terrific hustle. Ball stays in play. Knocks it down from mid-range.
You know what I like about this pass play? Instead of putting his head down and forcing the action, he patiently waited for the play to develop.
Grayson Allen, you know he loves a challenge.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Rivers to bring it into the front court. They can go 2 for 1 if they hurry. He'll go to the foul line to shoot.
Everybody in the building understands he's been a known target. Looks like they're hacking early in this one.
Misses the first. Knocks down the second after missing the first.
Subbing in for Philadelphia, number 13.
To Allen. Here's a chance from long range. He was crowded. Grayson Allen off the mark.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Deep three at the buzzer. 1 quarter in the books here on Christmas Day. Jay and I are back after this. It's a special presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Jones with it, trailing by 15. To Allen Crabbe. Yes, it drops. A little drama on that one.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
Just off the mark.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other. You're making the game uncomfortable. That's the mark of a good defense.
Grizzlies with 4 to shoot. Shot clock violation. Quinn Cook, defended by Jones. To Embiid. No good.
After leaving the school over a decade ago. Now that piece of paper was the only thing standing between
To Kelly Oubre.
Jersey and the Raptors.
Screen coming up, screen coming up.
Is a requirement. You virtually have your medal.
The shot, almost. The follow won't go either.
And this happens all the time in this league. Sometimes offensively, you're tired. It's one of those type of nights. You combine that with the fact that the defense is hungry and active and contesting everything, that's why shots aren't dropping.
Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Here comes the screen. Oubre. To Allen Crabbe. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Oh, he couldn't get it to go. Cook to bring it into the front court. The advantage is 13 points. To Horford. There it is, Al Horford. He's 2 for 2 now.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Oubre to Allen Crabbe. Nothing going here on that drive. Got the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
Might have had an extra dribble or 2 there, but he got the shot he wanted.
It's Cook with the basketball. His team on top by 13. And the rebound comes to Aminu. Jones with it. Looking to make something happen to Jaren Jackson. Sixers have it.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
To Tobias Harris. There it is, Al Horford. 3 for 3 in this first half.
Leadership's greatest values occur in between the lines and not necessarily in the box score. And that's the type of leader that Al Horford is. He's the first all-star free agent to choose Boston in decades. And let me tell you this, the legacy of greatness runs deep in the family. His father, Tito Horford, was the first Dominican basketball player to ever play in the league, which goes to show you why Al has such a great feel for the game.
Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. To Kyle Anderson. Joel Embiid sends it away. How about 13?
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
To Jackson. 5 on the shot clock for Memphis. Trying to cash in. Jackson's shot, no good. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
That's the intensity you need to see. Whenever a player running back on defense after a dunk like that holds the inside of his forearm, it lets you know how hard he dunked that basketball.
There it is, Al Horford. Oh, the defense has to adjust. He's 4 for 4 to start this one.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Jones with it. His guys down big. Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim. To J.R. Smith. 4-3. Trying for a 30-point night, but it's no good. Oh, that's tough. To Horford. There it is, Al Horford. It's like he's shooting into the ocean. He has not missed.
And a lot of passers usually have their head on a swivel, but ultimately, either you have a feel for the game or you don't.
Smith now into the front court. His guys holding the big lead. Beyond the arc for three. Well, with JR, it can be no, no, no. Yes, when it goes in.
Just let me break down to all the young players at home how special of a pass this was. That was a perfect delivery, and it hit the player right in the chest.
Al Horford tips it. A block machine. 14 of them. And a rim rocker. Joel Embiid.
And that is the sign of an unselfish team. When everybody in transition thinks they have a chance to get the ball because you have a willing passer, somebody willing to make other players on his team look great, that's only going to force your players to play that much harder on offense and give you more energy on the defensive end.
You got him. You got him.
To Horford. Cleans it up. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Jones with it. He'll run the offense. Drive here, but the shot stays out.
Wait, I'm sorry. You get paid how much money to miss shots like that? That can't happen.
Now a whistle and a timeout for Philadelphia as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. To Allen. Oh, he got a piece of it.
Ooh, not skipping a beat. There are some things that you just cannot teach. That's called a 6'10 frame with a 7'5 wingspan.
No good and no foul.
And one of the most underrated things in this game is quick lateral speed. Good job by utilizing that speed and taking away the lane.
Austin Rivers to Kyle Anderson. Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way.
Keep your foot on the gas, but don't get too reckless.
Good job, boy.
Smith
Good
with a
job.
shot. It won't fall. To Jaren Jackson. Josh Jackson above the rim on that.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
And score. Strong take.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Memphis, they've got it. To Jackson. The rebound taken down by the Sixers. Sizing up the defense. To Tobias Harris. For three, it's good. And he's not done. He's going to the line for a chance at a 4-point play.
Oh, that was a big-time shot. But more impressive than the shot, the bench reactions. I love the celebration tactics. This is why you love this game.
Tobias Harris with a chance at a 4-point play. A career 81% free throw shooter. Three-pointer and now a free throw on the trip. Rivers with the basketball. Down a bundle.
Watch out, screen coming, screen coming. Watch out, watch out.
Josh Jackson to Rivers. Cleans it up and a putback slam. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
Fires the three, and he buries it.
I hope everyone here knows the golden rule. Guys, remember, Sharing is caring.
It's Grizzlies ball. Al Horford with a piece.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Lets it fly from long range. Can't connect.
Yep, I got him. I got him. Here we go.
Whoa, gets to the rim and they'll count the basket. 2 steps or 5 steps. I don't know, Jay. It looked good.
It was gorgeous. I love the way he shows you the ball, then cradles it and lays the ball in as smooth as butter.
Layup's good. That's as high percentage as it gets.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
I got some for him.
To Brunson. Going to launch beyond the arc. Jalen Brunson showing off that toughness. Drills the 3.
They're shooting the ball well, but let me tell you why. They're already ready to shoot before they even catch the ball. Look at their hands. Their hands are ready, providing a target. So when they catch that ball, they go right into their shot. We call that being shot ready.
Fires the 3. Not getting the bounce. Austin Rivers. To Jackson. Here comes the screen. The drive, right to the basket. Tough make through traffic. Sixers call for time as they'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter. Some lineup changes now for both clubs.
Subbing in for the Philadelphia 76ers, number 21.
Brunson. Off the assist.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
To Allen Crabbe. Embiid. Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
You see, the savvy players, they can create contact. They can throw their arms into you, even their bodies into you, and as soon as the refs blow the whistle once or twice and you become hesitant defensively, they got you right where they want you.
A drive down the lane, but the shot won't go. To Allen from long range. He engulfed him that time.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
To Embiid.
Remaining in the second quarter.
Shot from the lane won't go. And one. Embiid good through the contact. And going to the line for a chance at a 3-point play.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Number 33.
Embiid's free throw good. A 3-point play. The Sixers extend the lead. Memphis with the rock to Kelly Oubre. Joel Embiid pins it. Elite company now with 15. Manute Bol, Shaquille O'Neal, the only players to land on that number.
Number 1, Philadelphia 76ers are in the penalty.
Kelly Oubre has got 2 shots coming. For his career, 78% at the line. And he connects on the first free throw. No good on the second. It's a 1 of 2 trip. To Allen. Here's a chance from long range. He was crowded. Grayson Allen off the mark.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Ah, can't miss those.
My ball. Let's go. Let's play deep, play deep, play deep.
Deep 3 at the buzzer. A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports halftime report. Jalen.
The 76ers entered the locker room at halftime with a significant lead, and the offensive glass was their domain. They scored plenty of second-chance points, asserting themselves in the paint. These are the guys getting buckets for the Philadelphia 76ers. The Grizzlies have got themselves in a bad situation that seems likely to only get worse. The way they struggle doesn't bode well for them at all. But if they've got some fight in them, we'll know right away in the third quarter. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Memphis Grizzlies.
Game track. Assists.
The Memphis Grizzlies struggle to play the angles and allowed too many passing lanes to exist. However, some credit has to go to their opponents for the way they move the ball. They've been taking advantage of the situation.
Player of the half.
I'm ready to skip ahead and just get this guy player of the game. You can tell he's on his way to a special game.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have off nights. Today has just been one of those nights for this guy. Here we go with the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
And with that, I'm sending it back to Ed and Jay to bring you the rest of the game.
Jones with it. Looking to make something happen. To Jackson. Nothing going here on that drive. Josh Jackson.
Screen on your right. On your right.
From the painted area, won't go down.
Off him, don't touch it, don't touch it.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc. That's off the side of the rim, short. And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. The result, he's going to the line.
Sometimes when you get up big, you get a little careless. But attention to detail through the end, that's how you avoid unnecessary fouls.
Josh Jackson, couple of free throws on the way. His career mark right now sits at 63%. First try, no good. Knocks down the second after missing the first. It's in the hands of Philadelphia. To Embiid. 4-3. And he can't get it to go down. It's no good. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
In the paint, you need to finish, just like that.
Deep left corner, beyond the arc for three. Grayson Allen, you know he loves a challenge.
I don't know how he saw his man out in the cut like that, but that was nice.
Jones with it. His guys down big. Count the bucket for two.
The defense needs to be in more of a stance and react better. A player with that kind of NBA talent level will get to the rim every time with moves like that.
I got help. I got your help. Defense. Defense, let's go.
Josh Jackson to Allen Crabbe. Joel Embiid able to recover with the block. Sweet 16 swats in this one. Wow. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Well, look, you can't be caught flat-footed on defense. You need to be on the balls of your feet, especially in transition. You have to jab at that guy with the ball, hedge at him. Make him think that maybe you will take him. Maybe you'll fan out to a defender on the perimeter, but still keep him guessing. But when you don't do that, that's easy money.
Jaren Jackson. Cruises inside for two.
Let me tell you something that nobody will ever talk about. Did you see him slow down right before he was about to go up? That slow change of speed, that slight change was just enough to throw the defender off.
A bad pass as the Sixers come up with the steal.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. Is called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Joel Embiid sends it away. Count them, 17 blocks. That ties Elmore Smith. And counted at the rim.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup, with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
Jaren Jackson. You've got to get that one to go. For three, can't connect. It's no good. Jones with it. He'll run the offense. Jaren Jackson. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at three coming up.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Free throw good, so they get the three-point play. But it's not much more than a drop in the bucket with the score right where it is. To J.R. Smith. Fires the three. Not that time. He missed it.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Grizzlies own the basketball. Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
Just wait a second, Ed. Wait 1 second. Can we go back to the play before this great play that we just saw? Just because you have a bad offensive possession, you can't allow that to go down and reciprocate itself on the defensive end. One bad play does not make two bad plays. You have to bounce back. That's how you play this game.
Has a look. Jackson with a shot, no good. To J.R. Smith. Nice pass to get things going.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
Lets it fly from long range. Misfires. It's no good. Oh, leaves the defender in the dust. And the basket good at the rim.
And Ed, not every pass needs to be a home run pass or thread the needle. Sometimes an easy kick ahead or an easy shuffle pass can make the game simple. The more simplistic the game is, the more efficient you'll be as a unit.
JR,
Josh Jackson above the rim on that. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Jones with it. Down a bundle. To Valanciunas.
There it is. Give it to him.
Short jumper misses.
Just seems like there's lead in the feet of the defenders. You have to bounce quicker to the ball to deter that shot.
Won't go down for J.R. Smith. Defense was all over him. Knocked loose. He gets it.
Ed, did you see that in transition? Don't 1-2 ooh-wee on him.
Ooh-wee. Oh, it's good. And the reward, a couple of shots at the line.
Just because a team's winning doesn't mean the refs are going to put away the whistle. Play right all the way through.
Tyus Jones at the line for 2 shots, shooting 66% in this contest. Nope, first one does not go. Missed the second one as well. Going to launch beyond the arc, trying to hit 50, but it's no good.
Trying to hit 50.
Hey, lock up.
To Kyle Anderson. To Danny Green. Great dish to set it up. Knocks it down from mid-range.
The passing has been great, but the movement without the ball has been even better. Seeing a play before it happens is a skill set a lot of people don't talk about. But a great pass combined with great movement, good luck with that.
The assist from number 2.
Joel Embiid with the block. 18 blocks. It's a new NBA record. They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor.
Number 13.
Taken by the Sixers. And count the basket.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
Great feed, sets it up. He's going to the free throw line to shoot.
Okay, now we're on the home stretch, and you got a big lead. Don't let your opponent back in this game by giving up extra possessions.
Can't connect on the first free throw. Second one goes. It's a 1 of 2 trip. Tosses. Flushes down the slam. Jay, they make it look so easy.
Yeah, but it's really not that easy. And as a passer, if your pass is just a fraction too early or a fraction too late, that throws the whole play off. The timing of this has to be impeccable.
Goes to the left side. Anderson. Short jumper stays out. Joel Embiid rejects it. 19 on the night.
That kid can block out the sun, man.
And the finish at the rim.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Joel Embiid, huge block. Count them, 20 blocks.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
This is where I go back into player mode. If a dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
Nothing going here on that drive. Short jumper off the mark.
And it's never a great thing when you're talking to yourself the entire next possession about the shot you just missed. Now you know you're in that player's head mentally.
Now the Grizzlies will use a timeout as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this third quarter. New blood coming in for both sides. Jonah Bolden snatching it out of the air.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
My goodness, did you see that, Jay?
That's nasty. Just disrespectful.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Free throw good to cap off the three-point play as they continue to open things up here in the third quarter. To Danny Green. Here comes the screen. Danny Green in a matchup with Quinn Cook. Now a steal by Philly. Has a chance, unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
The reality is no one can guard a player at his level one-on-one. The help defense needs to be shown, and he needs to see a series of obstacles instead of just one individual.
Grizzlies with 4 to shoot. 24-second violation. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Fires the three. Not that time. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
Lobs it up. Bad pass taken away by the Grizzlies.
Hey, switch, I got him.
Valanciunas. Now a pass stolen by the Sixers. To the rim. Oh, nice find for the basket.
I'd say his game is translating to the league just fine.
Whistle and a timeout for Memphis as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this third quarter. Time for some new personnel into the game. Austin Rivers. Joel Embiid swats it.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Grizzlies at the controls right now. Here comes the screen. Nothing going here on that drive. Doesn't have the touch. No good. From long range. And the Grizzlies able to clear the rebound. Rivers into the front court. Looking to make something happen to Danny Green. Here comes the screen. Danny Green stuffs it down with authority.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand.
Make it hard on him. Nothing easy.
Deep three at the buzzer. 3 quarters complete, and the 76ers have to be feeling good.
I swear to God, if it wasn't at the buzzer, I would have been upset. He didn't make it.
It's been a compelling game so far. The fourth quarter is underway.
Scores 100 points tonight. Everyone gets free pizza.
Sixers have the basketball. Nothing going here on that drive.
Watch Cutter.
The Sixers with 4 to shoot. Here's a chance from long range. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
Rivers to bring it into the front court. His guys down big. Yes, it drops. Little drama on that one.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Oh, denied.
As my old teammate RJ would say, stay down, clown.
Al Horford trying to cash in on the three-point play. Shoots it at 75% for his career. Free throws good as they continue to widen their lead. Austin Rivers to Allen Crabbe. Screen coming. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Here we go. My ball, my ball. I got him. Here we go.
That's toughness right there. Physical inside, gets it to go.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
And a nice finish at the rim.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good thing. Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. That's at a...
We know what's coming.
Go get it. Substitutions. Subbing in.
Joel Embiid sends it away.
Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball, especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's the biggest deterrent for any team offensively.
Memphis, they've got it. To Kelly Oubre. Joel Embiid tips it.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
D up, y'all.
I got ball. This is all me.
Swings it. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Off the mark. No good.